Morning, guys. I apologize right off the bat for the background noise, but remember we started last night's video on this Hearse bumper, and it's fiberglass bumper for those of you who are just tuning in. And we had a big chunk out of the middle right here. We can see where there's previous damage that's been sort of cobbled together. You know, I got body filler here. We got some stalactite material up here, so we know that this has been hit pretty bad here. And you can maybe make that out. Oh yeah, this thing's been butched. But I think I want to repair everything that you can see. I was just going to fix this area right here that had the big chunk out of it. I wanted to get it back to them tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen. They don't need it today or tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and everywhere. Let's see if the old camera will pick it up. I don't know if we can see those stress cracks or not, but those ones right there are pretty nasty. Yeah, you can see that. That's broken gel coat underneath this paint. And this is the one I'm working on right now. And I'm taking the Dremel with that carbide burr in it right there. And I think the camera should pick this up. We're going to do a zoom in on this and see if it'll focus. But just inside where my thumb is, you can see a dark line inside that white. That white is the gel coat, and or it could be body filler, I don't know. It's polyester, whatever it is. But if we don't get this filler material and or gel coat, whichever it is, most likely gel coat, this may not have been repaired over here before. If we don't get that out of the way, where that is delaminated from the fiberglass inner skin of this bumper, that crack will continue to grow, and no matter what I do to it, I could smear body filler over it, but if I don't get that crack out of there and get back to solid material, that crack will print right back through what I'm doing. And even in the best of worlds, I've seen it, even when you chase them out like this, I've seen them come back because there's other damage that you don't see. And we're not going to get into stripping all the gel coat off this bumper. I mean, that's just not a job that we're going to do. We're going to make it look the best we can and last as long as it can possibly last. So I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod once I remember where I put it here, and I think it's in the paint room. And I'm going to give you guys a play-by-play if I don't trip over my light first. Sorry about the shaky cam, or collapse in the tripod here, so I can put this in an area that will be conducive to you seeing what I'm doing. So I'm going to grind this out and get it where I want it. appears to be body filler that somebody has smeared over this before. You can see there's an air void in it right there. Could be gel coat, I don't know. I keep wanting to guess that somebody's been into it, but it could just be, you know, the factory bumper itself and it's given up. So we've got to get this tapered back until it's dished out nice and we don't have any cracked up gel coat, because I can even see a line going through it right there. So we're going to keep grinding that out, and we'll have to refill that and contour that so that it'll be an undetectable repair. Of saving time, I'm going to show you what I find here. There's broken fiberglass behind that. And may have to get up behind there and do something about that. And that's a good indicator of probably what all of this is going to look like. So we're going to have at it here, and I'm going to grind a little bit of this back so that I can see what's in there, and I'll bring you guys back. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge video. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, let's show you what we have found. Now, I started chasing that crack out. I knew this bumper had been screwed up before, and here's the story. Somebody tried to just put a piece of fiberglass on the back of that and then fill it with lightweight body filler. And that does not work. You can't do it that way because it will never hold out. We need to, I'm going to take the DA with some 80 and I'll feather this back a little bit more and get this loose material out of here. And we are going to put some fiberglass reinforced long strand filler in that, something strong, because it does not stand a chance to hold out if you don't. Another way to do it would be to take some liquid fiberglass resin and put in that crack, but I'm going to try and see if I can grind it back to where it's bonded well, and then we should be okay to put some fiberglass in there. We just got to get something to make that stronger. So I'll show you when we're ready to do a little repair on that. This is going to be an all-dayer for me for sure, so I'm going to show you how to do this one repair. Alright guys, I decided I'd open up a few more spots before I mixed up some filler. These are the cracks that are on the left side of the bumper. I stuck a utility knife in there and you can pop the paint off. It has absolutely no adhesion whatsoever. And it's black underneath there, which is really strange to me. Unless that's a... I don't even know what the hell it is. I wanted to use the word black primer, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what it is. I think somebody used one of those two-part problem plastic repair things, but it's awfully damn smooth right there. So we're going to do a little bit more investigation. I have no safe to say my repair is probably in an area about that big, about as big as my hand. I think we're going to fix that one, the other side, and a couple of these cracks along here, and call it happy, because this is going to turn into a bumper restoration project. I could have a couple days in, and it's just, you know, it's one of those jobs. Now that I see what I got going on, I'm going to take the DA. I'm going to put a piece of 180 on there. And I'm going to start taking that paint off, because I want to see what's back there. I think I might have to take that plastic off. Alright, well, there's the story. That's body filler right there. Over a crack. There's the rest of the story. This bumper's been repaired about 3 times. Probably because it wasn't done right in the first place. Okay, number 1. There's the fiberglass substrate right there. There's gray gel coat. There's some sort of black sealer that was probably sprayed over this bumper. Now we follow that up there. There's base coat. There's clear coat. There's more primer or base coat, don't know which. Maybe that's just another layer of clear. That could be 2 different layers of clear. Then, we have another layer of something else. Maybe a 3rd layer of clear, don't know. But look at that, that's body filler. There's another type of body filler in that ring. And I haven't feathered any farther back, but that looks like more primer or paint. And we're back out at our clear out here. That's 3 sets. There's original and 2 repairs, because this wasn't done right to begin with. We see the crack. Get on my finger here. There's the crack. And here's our severe loss of adhesion down here. So I'm going to have to strip that back even farther. That trim strip's got to come off. if I can figure out how to take it off. I'm afraid to because of the way the top of the bumper has been broken before. But I want to hide as much of that as possible so you don't see it to the naked eye. So, all right. Oh yeah, they did an awesome job too. They don't take trim off at those places. There's a paint line on the trim. Woohoo! All right, well, it is what it is. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, they got all the paint stripped off, and I chased those cracks with a utility knife. And up here must have been the point of impact because it's really where it's really deep. And because it wasn't repaired right, it just kept spreading. So I'm going to bee all that out, and we'll bring you back in a minute. All right, we're a little farther along here. Yeah, this stuff is all V'd out, and I'll take some, take my grinder disc and rough this up here. 180 isn't enough scratch to put fiberglass onto, so I will get this whole area roughed up around here. You can see where the original crack. This is actually cracked in the fiberglass, and let's look up here. And let me get a pointing device. Base fiberglass, gel coat, sealer. Okay? Then there's two more layers. That looks like base coat, clear coat, primer, base coat, clear coat, filler, base coat, clear coat, filler, again, and then it looks like I made it back to primer here. This has been repaired several times. I don't know why I even opened it up, but I want this to look as good as it can look. This is just, it's not right. It was done wrong. This bump, well, let me rephrase that. It was probably done right for the circumstances under which it was repaired. This is the second owner of this car, so I have a feeling, I know this didn't happen while they owned it. It was like this when they got it. This was a color change car. This was a black car. So we know that one set of color on here was the original color. But probably is what has happened. The original owners of this car had an accident with it. And they said, well, it's a lease, we're turning it in, slap shit it back together and make it look okay. Well, you can smear filler over stuff like that and it'll hold out for a little while, but it doesn't hold out forever. So that's what's happened here. I'm fairly confident of it. That and nothing against the coach companies, but they're not body shops. And usually they end up being the ones that work on these cars. Not all the time, but a lot of times. And they're just assemblers and fabricators. And they put these cars together. You know, once it's in paint and it drives, it's out the door, out of sight, out of mind. Just like an RV or any other converted vehicle. Some places take a lot of pride in it and some take very little pride in it. And I'm not going to say anything or mention the name of the coach company because, you know, it is what it is. You know, we all do things maybe not 100% sometimes, and I'm going to try and do this one 90% because I can't put the time into redoing the whole bumper, but I'm going to do the major spots that are visible. So, all right, I'm going to get that scuffed up and let's get some fiberglass going. Oh yeah. All right, guys, I've got some of that combination long and short strand fiberglass filler. Yeah, it's pink. It's got a red hardener and it's almost a yellow filler. You know, it looks like raw fiberglass. So I got that on that repair. That's the way I know to do it, to try and hold it down, and it's got to make it somewhat strong first. Now I'll block a lot of that off. You can still sort of see toward the top a little bit of the outline of where those spots were, and that's okay. The other side over here, I don't think this is kicked yet, but nah, it's still soft. I'm gonna chase that with a heat gun real quick, and we'll block most of this down. And when I block it, I will not be taking this tape off until I get to the regular type body filler stages, because I don't want to have scratches way out of my way. Is that too many ways? Alright, so I'm going to block that probably starting with 40 grit and then back up to 80 grit, and then we'll put a wipe of lightweight filler over that and get her going. It's about 11:30. I got it up to I think about 70 degrees in here. Heat's still going. It's 50 degrees outside, but 70 is where I want it. Time to put a battery in the clock because it is not 20 after 9. It's 11:30. So humidity's pretty high today because it's been raining off and on, but our snow's pretty much all gone already, and my lake thawed out in the past day and a half. So alright, we're gonna keep on chugging away here later. Alright, we're back. I knocked that fiberglass filler down with some 80 grit, and I masked it off, so I've got a little ridge here, but hello, let's put you guys in the picture. We'll get that knocked down with some 80 and then block it with some 180 and wipe it with some putty. Same thing with this one. Boy, this thing is a pain in the you know what. Hard contour. At least it was for me. Next on the agenda, all those stress cracks, oh yeah, that I V'd out on the bottom, and those up there, we're going to blow the dust out of those. I've sanded around them with 80 grit, and I'm going to just fill those with some putty. Those are down pretty low, and hopefully they won't come back. It's hard to say. I didn't grind them real deep. Those other spots you guys saw, I mean, we took almost a 1/4 inch out of those to get down to good material, and I didn't have to take much out of this. So we're talking maybe 1/8 of an inch, or some of them not so bad. So that's good, and you know, maybe I'll put some regular filler in there. I haven't decided yet, but what I'm going to use for a spreader, because they're so close together, I'm going to use a razor blade or a cut down spreader. Haven't decided which I want. The cut down spreader is nice because it's flexible, whereas a razor blade really isn't. But I need something to go about 1/2 an inch past the side of each of those as I fill them. And we'll block that out, and I'm afraid I might have to pig prime this. My regular MP4 2K Lightning primer is probably not going to be enough build to fill what I need to fill without putting several coats on it. So I'll probably put some high build, or I'll put some feather fill on there. Problem is I don't have a gun with a 2.2 or bigger tip in it, and that feather fill really likes to have a big tip to fill it in. So I'm going to blow the dust out of those chased out cracks, and we're going to get those filled, and then I'm going to stop and eat my lunch so that we can wait for this stuff to cure. Sorry guys, you are not getting this car back today. It's probably going to take me the better part of all day to get this thing ready for primer. But the good news for y'all, not only can you save money by having Geico insurance, but you can save money by buffing out the white paint that was on your front bumper and not having to repaint it. So dodged a bullet there. Thought that was going to be a problem, and we're going to have to paint 2 areas, which would have put this car down even longer. But I tried some compound on it, and I got lucky. Woo! So, alright, we'll get that stuff filled, and I'm going to have a bite to eat, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, 3:30 update, and we got to cut the tunes off here on a commercial break, so we will knock that off real quick here. Almost forgot. Okay. Getting back to the car. Bazam! That side's done. Finished in 320. This side's done in 320. And I've already sanded my first filler off of these ground out stress cracks down in here. This is finishing putty applied with a gloved hand down in here in this crevice, and then normally with the spreader there, and along both sides on the bottom. This thing's in rough shape. I looked underneath it, and holy Toledo. I don't know if we can get it in the old Camerooni here. Let's see, where's my real good spot? I can't remember where I saw the spot, but it might be on this side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's good shit there, buddy. That's been all gored up. So, yeah. That's gonna stay that way too. The only person that sees that is a mechanic when this thing's on a lift. So there's where we're at for now. I'm gonna take a break and wait for that putty to dry down there. We'll get that done and finished out, and give that bumper a fluff and buff with red Scotchy Brite, and we'll get this thing bagged up for some primer. Oh yeah. See you in a bit. All right, guys. It is 7 p.m. and I've got 1 coat of high build primer on this stuff, and I plan on putting 2 more on it. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty decent. And a little bit of a run there, but you know, oh well. That's what sandpaper's for. That didn't quite hide the bodywork on the first pass. She's going to get 2 more for a total of 3 coats. I should have feather filled it, but I was worried about buildup around where I have to mask this molding off. I was going to take it off till I realized it's pop riveted to the floor inside. It's part of that, so that's a no-no. Not screwing around with that. Not even interested. So bodywork, I think, came out pretty decent. Should be relatively pleased with it. The part that really sucked was trying to sand out that groove down there, out all those stress cracks. I left those. I'm not playing with those. Those are behind the license plate. So hopefully we get her done here. And I only scuffed where I want primer, so the rest of it should sand back off with my 400. I'll probably end up basing the whole back of this bumper. And there's just too many things wrong with this. You got that crap up in there. If you look in where these little pads are, there's a run that's filled it in there at one point. Then there's a crack there that they didn't fix. And I don't know how the heck you fix it anyway. And another one there, I mean, you got to stop somewhere. There's just, I don't know any way to get in there. So that's where we're at for now. Another couple minutes, and I'm going to put another coat of primer on this, giving it about 10 minutes flash off. It is about 70 in here, so that's good. You got a little accelerator in my high build primer to hopefully let it dry. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to put my 2 more coats on this, and I'll get this uploaded for you. So hope you're having a good day, and thanks for watching. We'll see